Have you ever been scrolling Instagram and you see someone using a new feature and you think to yourself, how the heck did they find that? Where do I find it? And how can I use it? You may have even gotten frustrated because you couldn't figure it out and thought to yourself, maybe that's just a feature that's not unlocked on my Instagram and it's only for super higher up influencers. Well, I'm here to tell you that that is absolutely not the case. My name is Erica Marie Daly. I'm the CEO of the Daily Influencers, and in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys my top 10 top secret Instagram story features that you probably didn't know existed. Now, some of you guys may know a few of these. Some of you guys may not know how to do any of these. But I can guarantee you guys are definitely going to learn something really, really cool. These features are something that I hardly ever see anyone using, and they make your Instagram really pop. So I'm very excited to show you guys. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So the first one I'm going to show you is the multicolored rainbow ombre text. You may have seen somebody use it. It's a really cute. And you'll actually see it pulled up here on my phone. Let me go ahead and screen share. So you'll see I have just like a screenshot as my background picture. So what you want to do is just pull up any picture that you want to put the text on in your stories, and then you'll click the text button like you're going to type any regular text. So go ahead and just type something. And then you can go ahead and make it a color, and you want to highlight your text and select all. And then what you'll do is you want to go through all of the colors here and pick whatever color you want to start with. I find that to be the easiest. So I'm going to start with purple, and I'm going to hold it down. And you guys will see this color gradient pops up. So this is another secret that a lot of people don't know, and I'll just show you real quick. You can actually move around and change your color text to anything in this gradient, and you can use that for any color feature on Instagram stories. So keep that in mind for future. But what we're going to go ahead and do is hold our right thumb down in the gradient like you see, and then I'm going to use my other thumb and hit this top blue button, and I'm going to move my finger across the text. Sorry, let me select all. And what you're going to do is you're going to move your finger across this like that. At the same time, you're going to move your finger across the gradient. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys. So okay, it's being really weird right now. Select all, just so you guys can see it's not easy. So if you don't get it right the first time, just keep trying. So hold down the purple, hold down this top one, and you're just gonna go across like that, and voila. We now have a multicolored text. So I'll show you one more time. So I'm gonna go ahead and just make it purple again. I'm going to highlight it, select all, hold down the purple, hold down this top one, and just go all the way across. And you can do any colors you want. So you can do any combination. And that is how you have multicolored rainbow text. All right, so now I'm going to show you guys how to change the color of your background and how to make it transparent, and then also how to use the erase tool. So it's kind of 3 tips in one, but this is a really cool feature. It really makes your stories pop, and it's a great way to kind of make them into like a blog. So let's just jump in and I'll show you guys what I do. So what you're going to want to do is have a picture pulled up. I like to do this with a picture that like isn't taking up the whole screen, and I'll show you why. But for the first one, what you want to do is go ahead and click this draw tool and select the first button, and then pick any color that you want. So I have it on pink, and what you're gonna do is just hold your finger down on the screen and it will change the background color. So this is great if you wanna just use like a different background color. You don't have to like screenshot from like Google a picture of a color and then upload it. You can just change the color here. And don't forget that gradient tool. So if I hold down the pink and I wanna maybe do like a lighter pink, make sure it's selected in that little droplet, and then if you hold down, it'll change it to that color. But what I really want to show you guys is this transparent tool. So I'm going to go undo, and I'm going to move this over to the second button, and I'm going to do dark pink again, and I'm going to hold down the screen and see how you can still kind of see the photo through the color. I really like this for a blogging effect, and so now I'm going to use the erase tool, which is that farther one. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger, and I'm going to erase out my stepdad and my nephew. So this way they kind of pop from the picture, but you can still kind of see like what the whole picture is. And then maybe if you want to do like a blog post, let's just say beach necessities. Well, let me make this bold and make it a little cute for you guys. So we'll put this at the top, and then maybe I want to write like, let's see, sunscreen. We'll do hat, and let's just say cute nephew, and then you can put that under here. Let's move that. Oops, gosh, this is not working for me. Move that over. I'm doing this like I'm actually going to use it as my own post. And then let's go ahead and pull up a GIF. Let's do an arrow. Oh, I'm not on Wi-Fi. One sec. I have it on airplane mode because I don't want to get interrupted, but now my phone's not working. So give me one sec. There we go. Arrow. Okay. And if you tap this arrow, you can actually move sides. I'm getting blown up. This is ridiculous. And you can just kind of like say cute nephew. I just think this looks really cute. It really is a great way to use your Instagram stories, kind of more like a blogging feature, and they really pop. This is something I don't see people doing a lot. And when I do see someone doing this, I kind of take them a little more seriously because it looks like they know what they're doing. So I hope you guys use these tools. Make sure to tag me if you guys use these, by the way. But let's go ahead and hop into the third one. So the third tip I'm going to show you guys is how you can share your feed posts on your stories and have it be a full-size image taking up the entire story and not just a little square, and have that tap here button so that you can click over to see your feed post. Now, before I show you guys how to do that, I figured I'd do some explaining because a lot of people ask me, why the heck do people always share their feed posts on their stories? That's weird. Well, a lot of people don't realize is that your stories and your feed posts have a completely separate algorithm, meaning you could literally have a whole separate different people that see your stories every day than the people that see your feed posts. And so the reason that you want to promote your feed onto your story is that those people may not realize that you ever even posted. So you're getting almost double the amount of eyes on your feed posts as you would if you didn't promote it on your stories. Now, also, if you're anything like me, I don't really look at feed posts at all anymore. I tend to just look at stories when I am browsing social media. And if I see someone posting something that catches my eye, then I will click from their story over to their feed. But I don't really scroll through my feed anymore. So this is just a great way to let people know, like, hey, I posted over here if you want to go read it. And I also suggest generally to post like what it's about. But if you want to do a story post like this, let me show you what it looks like when you take up the whole screen. So I already posted one, and I'll just show you what it looks like on my phone here as an example. I post from yesterday. So this is what I mean by a full-size photo with a click here button that is actually going to click over to my post. So I'll show you. So you can see if I click it, it pops up see post and we go to my story. So let me show you now how I do that. So you want to click this little paper airplane button, add post to story, and it's going to pop up like this, which is how you guys are probably used to seeing it. All you have to do is zoom in on the photo. So now I'm taking up the entire screen. You're going to go over to GIF and type in like new post or tap here. I like tap here because it's telling them exactly what to do. So click here, that works too. And let's make it bigger. And then now when I post this and someone clicks it, it's going to take them over to my photo. So that is how you get a full-size image, not just the little square for sharing a feed post on your story. All right, you guys, so now I want to go ahead and show you how you can add multiple little pictures to a post, and even you can use this for like text or anything you want. So there's two different ways you can do this. And I know sometimes this option doesn't show up on my phone, so I'm going to show you the secondary way next. So say I want to add multiple pictures to this blank screen. I've already made it a different color. I'm going to click this little icon, and if you scroll down, you'll see this little image icon. It's black right now because it looks like the last picture I took was black. So let's say I want to add in this photo right here, and then I want to add in this photo to make a collage. Obviously these aren't super cute photos, but you get the idea. I have all these videos saved here. But let's say I want to add this. You know, you can do whatever you want with this, make it fun. But if you don't have that feature, another way you can do that is you're gonna go out of here, you're gonna click into your photos, and let's just click this button. You're gonna copy it. And then if you go back in here and you click into text, you can actually just click paste. And it pastes it in different. So when you paste it in from your phone, it's gonna keep the shape. So you can see how this has square corners. I'm just gonna delete this for now. We're just gonna compare these two. And then, so this one has square corners because it's the one I imported from my actual photos. This one has rounded edges because it's the one that I got from my camera roll. So that is just two different ways that you can import different pictures in. A great way that you can use this feature is, say you have like a logo and it has a transparent background and you want to like import it into a story post. You can use both of those to add it onto any story post. So you can have your logo on all of your stories. Yeah, there's a lot of different ways you can use that, but I think it's really fun. You can also import in a video. So something that's really cool is maybe you're showing someone how to do an exercise. So you want to import an exercise video and you also want to have like a picture of you doing the exercise maybe. You can do that. So if I want to import in a video, boom, I can have a video playing with pictures. You can do all kinds of things. So get creative with this one. Okay, so now I want to show you guys how to use different fonts that IG does not let you use. So you may have actually seen these in people's bios or in their actual captions, how they have like a different font. And if you understand how to do that, that's great because that's half the step. But a lot of people don't know you can actually use these in stories too. So I'm going to go ahead and turn off my airplane mode and we are going to head to the internet because I'm going to show you where to find how to get the different fonts. So all you want to do is go over to Google and type in Instagram fonts, and you'll see a ton will come up. You can see I have like used different ones. I'm just going to go ahead and click this one. So what you want to do is type in your text. So I'm just going to type in example, and then you'll see down here it gives you all these cool different texts that you can use. So anything you want to do. So I'm just going to use this one. So how you copy it is you want to click in, click select, oops, not select all. Click select, copy, and then we're going to go over to Instagram. We're going to scroll here and just pull up a picture. And then I'm going to click text and I'm just going to paste it in. And now you have a different kind of font than IG lets you have. So you can browse through all the different fonts, and all those different websites have different ones. So you can go ahead and check out ones. Generally, I have like a favorite one that I like to use, but scroll through and you can copy and paste any of those onto your story to make it look a little bit different than everybody else. So tip number 6 is actually going to be quite a few hacks in one, so you're welcome. And the very first thing I'm going to show you is actually how you space out paragraphs. It's kind of like a hack for spacing out paragraphs on Instagram. If you've ever tried to do that, you know that sometimes Instagram will just jumble it all together. But what I'm going to go ahead and show you is how to use that tool in your settings to make a colored box that you can use as like a background highlight text. And sometimes you might want to use that just because you want to make it bigger. I know that with the like typewriter looking text, the actual background like color isn't ever like tall enough for me. I kind of feel like it still makes it hard to read. So this is a great way to do that. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and jump right in. I'm going to share my screen. So the first thing you want to do is type into Google Instagram Spacer. I actually spelled it wrong. And you'll see it's the second one right here. It's going to be Optimize Prime. So go ahead and click in there and scroll down until you get to step 1. And what you want to do is highlight, okay, if it's gonna let me, I hate doing this. Hold it down, highlight the entire thing without the brackets. I think I got a bracket here. And you're gonna copy that. Then you're gonna go over to your settings. I'm gonna go back to the main screen so you can see how I did this. So you're going to go to your settings, you're going to click General, and then you're going to go into Keyboard and then Text Replacement. Click this little plus sign, copy in or paste in the thing we just copied into the phrase section, and then for shortcut you want to say something like IG space, just so you can remember, not ID, IG, IG space, and then click save. And then let's go back over to Instagram. And how you use this is you're gonna click the text tool and you're gonna type in IG space, and you'll see in this bottom suggestions, the little blank box, the little gray box, click that and it's gonna change it over to all those spaces. Then what you wanna do is click whatever color, so I'm just gonna click purple, and then click this highlight thing, and you'll see I now have a bar. What's cool is if you change this, so typewriter, change to strong, it makes it bigger, classic, modern. So I guess typewriter and strong are the only ones you can use. And you can delete it to make it, shorter, however you want to do it. Obviously, you can stretch it to make it bigger. So let's go ahead and bring this down here. So this is another little tip I'm going to show you guys. So you can see I dragged it over the text I already had and it put it in front of the text. How you want to avoid this, or how you bring the text in front again, is it just has to be the last thing you were inside of. So if you click the text, it's now gonna let me put it on top of the box. So you can see this is just a different way to do it. If I actually were to highlight this text, you can see how it's just so close. I just don't like that. But now if we drag it here, it really emphasizes the text a lot more. And there's obviously a lot of different ways that you can use this colored box feature, but I just think it's really helpful for text. This next secret is how to share multiple responses to a question in one picture. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys on my phone. Let me screen share. So right now I'm pulled up on my own story. You can see it says ask me a question, and if you click view responses, you can see them all here. So I'm gonna go ahead and just add one. So you click share response, and then I'm just gonna move it here and take a photo. You can take a picture of yourself, you can upload a photo, you can do whatever you want for the background, but for this purpose, we're just gonna use my kitchen counter. And then what you wanna do is just click that down arrow and save it. Then you're gonna discard, and then let's exit and click out of here. Then I'm gonna go to another one. I'm gonna click share response. I'm gonna move this wherever. I'm gonna pull, oopsies. I'm gonna swipe up here so you can see that last picture. And now I'm gonna add this one here. If you wanna add multiple, like I said, you're just gonna keep repeating this process. So we're gonna discard, exit, go back here, click another answer, click share response, swipe up to get that last photo, and then we're gonna put it here. So a lot of times you'll see people doing this so they don't have to do a ton of different story posts, or maybe you get a lot of people asking a similar question, so you just want to pull them all up there, and then you can just type in your response, or you can have a video. There's all kinds of cool things you guys can do, but that is how you get multiple question boxes in one post. Okay, this next tip is a way that you can tag people in your stories without it being obvious, so visually you won't be able to see it, but they're still tagged so that they are able to share your post onto their story. So just to give you an example of how this would be a good feature to know, let's say you're a business and you have an event coming up and you want to post your event flyer and you want to tag 30 people so that they'll share it also, but you don't want to show all 30 tags on the post. Well, this is a great way to do that. So I'm just gonna go ahead and show you guys on my phone. I'm gonna use the example, I actually have a client who's a spray tan client, and she has a bunch of girls that are influencers for her, and so maybe she wants them to share this special promotion, so she's gonna tag them in it and hope that they share it on their story, but she doesn't wanna have all their tags show on the post. So there's a few different ways you can do this. So the first way, I'm just gonna go ahead and tag my accounts, just so I'm not tagging random people. And for time's sake, let's just pretend I tag 30 people. So what you can do is, number one, you can just move it there. You can use this little tool, match the same color as the background, and then it's almost invisible. And then if you just shrink it, since it's the same color, if you shrink it enough, you really can't see it at all. But another thing you can do, let's just make that white again just so you can see it. So say I just want to do it like that, and I can pull up a GIF. What am I doing? And since it's a spray tan, let's just do a sun. I can just put the sun right over those tags names and you can't even see them, but then those people will now get this post in their inbox and they can reshare it to their story. So this is a great way to tag some friends or maybe employees or influencers or anyone that works with your business, or that you want to help promote an event or whatever post you're posting. You can secretly tag them and it'll end up in their inbox, and if they feel so inclined, they can go ahead and share it to their story. So I hope you guys use this tip. All right, so tip number 9, I'm going to be showing you guys how you can change the background color of somebody else's feed post that you're sharing to your own story. Now, if you guys remember, you probably already know how to do this, but just to refresh your memory, I'm going to go ahead and show you. So I'm pulled up on a post of the daily influencers that I want to share to my story, so I'm obviously going to click that little paper airplane. And so as you know, Instagram will always match the background color to be the color of the post. Sometimes it's like a gradient. But if you just want to make it a different color, remember we're going to click that little draw tool. We're going to select whatever color we want, and we're just going to hold down the background, and ta-da, you can change it. So this is great to show some contrast to really make that post pop. A lot of times people reshare like captions or just like words that have a white background, and it's just a white background. It's kind of boring, so I always like to change the background color. And if you guys do remember, you can hold down and pull up this gradient and make your own cool color. So if you have like a brand color and you know how to get to it on your gradient, you can go ahead and do that, and it will change the color as well. And tip number 10 is for my filter lovers. So a lot of you guys didn't realize that you can actually apply a filter after you've taken a photo. So maybe you were out and you took a photo just on your camera and you wish you could use one of the Instagram filters on it. Well, good news, you can. Now, I'm not talking about where you just swipe, so let's pull up my screen share and show you what I'm not talking about, but these are great filters also. So if you swipe over, you obviously know there's all those filters. Let's go back over, and no, those are not my legs. But if you see at the top, there's a little face with the little sparkles. Those are all the filters. You can actually apply any filter you want. So like maybe you want to get that little cool little ray on there, you can add that. If you want it to do that, all these cool filters you can add to photos you've already taken without a filter. How cool is that? You can even add cat ears onto yourself after the fact. So definitely take advantage of that. It definitely is a great way to add some cool effects to some pictures you may have taken or whatever. I hope you guys enjoyed those tips, and if you want to learn more from me, make sure you're following me on social media at Erica Marie Daily or at the Daily Influencers, because I post content every single day on there, a lot of educational stuff. I do a ton of mini trainings, so also make sure you're following me on YouTube. But beyond that, the Daily Influencers actually offers an education program for influencers. We teach about social media, we teach about influencer marketing, we teach you guys how to make money as an influencer and how to be successful for brands. And right now we're actually offering a free webinar. So it's gonna be a lot longer than this training. It's about an hour, and we're gonna go over everything you need to know. We're gonna be going over social media tips, how to get brand deals, how to become an influencer, how to grow your social media following. I mean, everything you guys will wanna know. So click the link in the description box that I've provided, and that'll take you over to learn a little bit more about what we're doing in the webinar. That'll get you guys registered, and I will see you guys over there.